Good morning, everybody. We are live. We are ready to go. Hey, Paul. Marking out the gap from overnight here. Market is retracing some of those losses from yesterday. Hey, Alberta. Morning, Bill. All right, so we got a nice looking uptrend overnight. Typically don't like starting trends with yesterday's action down here at the low, but it fits really well, so you gotta go with what looks good currently in an uptrend. Kind of hard to go long after yesterday's action, but we gotta follow what prices are doing. Can't let our bias take over, and right now the market is going up, so if we get a setup, we will take it. Hope everyone is good today. Good morning, Oceans. Hey, Tick Trader. Very close to a new high here. We got 1 minute till the market open. No real trade setting up just yet, but it looks like so far this uptrend is still valid. So if we keep going in here, would definitely be down for a trade. Hey, Dustin, good morning. Neil, what's up? Good to see you. All right, there's the opening bell. Definitely expecting some volatility today after yesterday's moves. So be ready, folks. This could be a wild one. Hey, Squid. Got a double top there. Kind of range like at the top. And this channel is for sure subject to change given, again, the fact that I started it on yesterday's action. Which is not typically how you want to go about things. As long as we keep going up here, I'll make the channel fit, because clearly the market is up overnight. Cool. This is a good thing that we're pushing to a new high. You don't want to have increasing space at the top of a channel, right? You don't want something like this occurring where price is failing to get in the upper half of a channel, but we are doing it right here, so that's good. You want to see that push up, and then when we pull back the next time, it'll give us a lot of confidence that it is merely a pullback that will then be continued. Nasdaq getting a little heavy, putting in 3-4 bearish candles in a row. ES not following along just yet. Well, yesterday's action was wild, huh? I don't know if you guys were around for yesterday afternoon, but my goodness, craziness. The biggest drop since 2020. Biggest single day drop since 2020. ES making a new high, and Nasdaq has not made a new high yet. So a little bit of weakness showing in tech, which is not helpful for the uptrend. Not what you want to see. Need the Nasdaq to start participating here. Gotta see a new high being formed if we're gonna be able to trust the ES. Yeah, Nasdaq not doing it. So because of that, I'm going to be very cautious on this pullback until I see some strength from the Nas. That'd be crazy if we had another bearish day. All right, let's see how the EMA does here. I mean, we still could bounce. Nasdaq's not looking great. It's looking like it's not done from yesterday. But hey, that is one thing I want to mention, guys. You cannot get it in your mind. Like what happened yesterday, right? You can't start trading today as if that's the case. So that's very easy to do. You have a massive move in one direction, and then the next day you're like, okay, like we're in that game. Let's start selling, and you get aggressive, and you just can't do that. Can today be another massive drop? Yeah, absolutely. But we have to treat each day as a separate day in the market. The market has its own character each day. So you have to read today's action and trade today's action accordingly. So moves like this can often be bear traps because you get that anticipation from everyone. Oh man, here we're going to sell again. Great, we're going to make some huge money. And then boom, it gets reversed really quick. So be cautious here. Make sure everything is confirmed before you take it. You'll thank yourself later, I promise. But with that said, we could definitely consider a short here on this drop. Just need to see the EMA hold as resistance. I don't suspect that is going to happen. I feel like this is going to get reversed, continue bullish, but we'll see. Here, the ES is right at the EMA, so let's see how this holds. Sorry, I'm muted. I just went on a whole monologue there a little minute ago. I don't know if you guys even heard me. But yeah, looking for a short here. Let's see if the EMA holds its resistance. So far, this is looking nice on both indices. See a second pullback, get to the moving average. That could be a selling opportunity. Very volatile action so far, guys. A lot of movement in the candles. And this can present some good trading, but you have to be patient and let the bias be established. Quite a large ATR too, so each trade is going to have pretty substantial amount of risk on it. So yeah, good time to be cautious. We're above the EMA here again. And so if we push to a new high, that will likely be the break in the new high of our channel. But this channel is still kind of a work in progress given the price action. I'm not solid on it really. So we're just going to have to be very in tune with what prices are doing since we don't have a very easily defined channel. Right now, as you can see, we're going up. Oops. Going up and down, above and below the EMA. A whippy, volatile action here. Not great trading conditions just yet. Okay, we got a double top lower high. Bearish sign. See if we can get an established bear trend to begin selling. Sorry guys, I keep muting myself as I'm saying really important things. But this is volatile. This is crazy action. I want to be very cautious here. A lot of up and down movement above and below the EMA. Yeah, this isn't just chop. This is dangerous chop. So don't get suckered into anything here. It's best to wait for some actual market movement that is clear. This is not clear yet. We're above the EMA, below, above, below, in these big swings. So just stay patient here. Wait for something to truly develop. Do we have news as well, Glenn? What is it? Oh yeah, existing home sales. Shouldn't be too crazy, but in this kind of environment, the market might cling to any sort of news. Yeah, good day to reduce contract size for sure. Or not even reduce size. If you trade minis, trade micros today. Like seriously. Keep in mind too, guys, this is the very end of the year. Don't ruin a good year. It's been a good year of trading. Hopefully you're somewhat up on the year. Or at least haven't blown too much. Don't end on a sour note. You want to go into the new year feeling good about where you're at in your journey. And if you're not up on the year, again, like you want to end on a high note. You want to end on discipline. Don't wait until January to have the New Year's resolution of being patient and trading properly and waiting for setups. Don't wait, you know? Time is now to start good practices. Starting to move down here. That'd be pretty nuts if we tested yesterday's low and started looking bearish again. Don't have a solid downtrend to really go on here. Just waiting for the market to do something. Feels like it might pop up here, but that's purely feeling. Could look at something along these lines. Getting a little pop up here, and we'll see if this downtrend holds. So watching the EMA closely, could definitely consider a short if this continues to reject. We have one small rejection at the EMA. Market still hasn't quite settled down yet. There is the technical second entry here. Not one that I would take necessarily. You do have one rejection, two rejections, but your signal bar is doji, and still not quite confident in what the market's doing. Still pretty volatile. It is starting to settle down a little bit, so that's a good sign. But yeah, I'm personally gonna wait till we clear this news here in a minute. Home sales did come in higher than expected. So some decent economic news. We'll see how the market digests it. All right, if we get a lower high here, I will consider taking it. And there is our move down. Really no way you could have joined that. But it does kind of look like a break and a new low of this downtrend. So maybe this is when bulls will take another stab at things. We got a bull hammer. Let's see if this leads to a bounce. For all the volatility, we haven't really gone anywhere. If you're looking at, yesterday's move, where's the market open? Right here. I mean, we are more or less right where we opened. So there's been a lot of up and down movement. We haven't really gone anywhere. So yeah, we want to see some expansion in one direction or another. Now we have a high of day that is set. If we can get above that, maybe we can erase some of this bearish candle, or we'll have some follow through. We're already at the low of the day. J Caver, what's up? Yes, I trade my own capital and prop firms at the same time. The beauty of a trade copier, you can do all of that at the same time. All right, so instead of getting a bounce, we pushed down again. Interesting development. We'll start to look at this possibility here. So watching this pullback, want to see the moving average hold. Hope you guys are doing good out there. No one's blown any accounts this morning, right? We're staying disciplined. Please tell me it's true. You took the second entry short at the news. Don't be taking trades right at the news. Even if you have a clear market direction, you don't want to take a news trade. Oh, I forgot about the news. Got it. Yeah, I'll do it. Here we're getting a bounce. Again, watching the EMA very closely. If it rejects, we can have a solid short. So just looking for one more bearish bar at the EMA, and I will be looking for that short. But geez, volatile candles, look how fast they're forming. Likely gonna have to be fast on this trade. Okay, let's see if this turns around bearish, and we'll take it. Still pretty volatile. This is a bit more aggressive for sure, and will likely trail my stop pretty tight if this gets a move down. But I also have a small position on, so not worried about that at all. Some you win, some you lose. That's how it is, Neil. You just got to control risk. That's the major thing. So make sure you're entering with the size where if you lose, you don't care at all. That's the key. One trade cannot have a massive impact on your account. Unless, of course, you have a small risk and you just let that winner run and run and run. One trade should only have that kind of impact on your account, not in the loss category. So yeah, no big deal. We are still looking possibly bearish here. This channel still looks pretty decent. So watching this uptrend currently, want to see it play out, have two legs like this, and then get another push below the EMA. And then we could consider a short again. But with this volatile action, maybe we will just have a V-shaped reversal and a strong up channel. We will find out. Looking for signs of rejection here, but so far this uptrend is holding, and it's pretty solid on the Nas too. There's not even any signs of it turning down. And on the Nasdaq, on the large uptrend from this morning, never really got a break in a new high. So actually this would be a great context for a long if the market pulls back. Kind of has the feeling the kind of market that just goes straight in one direction where it wants to go. But watch them for a pullback and we might get a trade there. JK Ver asking, do I look left to make sure I'm not taking trades into strong zones? Yeah, absolutely. Especially highs and lows. So those are, I think, probably the main, because look, you can invent all sorts of zones if you're just like looking at a chart like, oh man, look, this one time the market was here and it moved up. So yeah, I think you can kind of psych yourself out of a lot of stuff that way, but previous days highs and lows for sure, overnight highs and lows for sure I'm looking at. So like if we were right here at yesterday's low and we're about to get a short, not going to take that. Same with highs and things like that. So yeah, I think it's important to watch those levels because those are levels that everyone's watching, and trend lines and levels and things like that are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like a trend line only works because people are watching it and making it work, essentially. So if you're creating zones that, yeah, on the 3.5 minute chart there looks to be some consolidation here, well, if no one's watching that, then it's not really going to matter. So you want to pick things that are very common that everyone's watching. All right, well, we have one bounce off the EMA so far. Although we're kind of between bias here because we have this downtrend that could get a new low, and then this nice uptrend that could get a new high. So kind of hard to take a trade either way with that. Best to wait a little bit, see something a little bit more clear. That was a pretty strong bearish candle there. So if we push below the EMA, I will be leaning on the short side, looking for a move towards the low. The EMA is still holding so far. Interesting. ES is printing a lot more bars right now than the Nasdaq is. Look at all of these on this pullback. Compare that to on the Nas. We only got, you know, like 3 bars, 4 bars here. Interesting. All right, there's a big chance for the EMA to either hold or not. If this turns into a bearish bar, I think I'm going to take it here. It's kind of a little breakout pullback as long as it doesn't go any lower than this. It's a pretty big bar, but I think it might be worth it. This kind of environment. Let's see. Oh, 6 1/4. Geez, I didn't realize it was that big. Very likely that we'll get to the new low, but I think I'll start trailing once we get 1-to-1. Come on, baby. Let's get to that new low. Totally fine getting stopped in a profit here. And I do think it's going to make a new low, but I don't really want to give it the room to chop around before it does. So we either get out of profit here or we get that new low. And we're going to be stopped in profit. So there we go. That one will do. Kind of a quick trade. You had to be ready for it. Had to know what you were looking for. Set up quite nice. And like I said, it probably will make a new low here. I just didn't want to give it too much room. But if you're still holding this, yeah, more power to you. The chances that we reach a new low are very, very high. Michael asking, what was my motivation for the trade? Pretty simple. We have a downtrend. We have a break of that. The most likely scenario is that we go and get a new low. So when you have a pullback from a trend, you're looking for that trend to continue. So I'm looking mostly for a sell here. Then you see two lower highs, right? A lower high right here, a second lower high. Hard to take that one because it's above the EMA. I considered it. But then you have this third lower high that is confirming that. And it's like a little breakout pullback of this congestion. So we broke out of this little range, came back and retested it, and then confirmed that breakout. So breakout pullback of that little range, plus you have the larger bias on your side looking for a move down, and then watching the candles themselves, you could see the momentum building. You could see the selling pressure building just in the way the candle was forming. So had a lot going for it. I'm glad I took profits where I did. I would be sweating it out a little bit through this bounce. And yeah, someone asked if I can consider selling again. For sure, if we get a good setup here. No real setup at the EMA there. And here is that new low that I was talking about. Very likely to happen, and here it is. So if you held on for the low, there it is. You can even trail out right here. So how I usually do that is trailing above any little mini swings. So probably would have my stop right here or something just in case it keeps dropping on us. Michael asking, what's my idea of the break of the first big uptrend? Shouldn't we expect a new high? Well, look at the character of the uptrend at the end. This is no longer a healthy uptrend. Look at this. We had this high here, and then we just continue to go up and down, above and below the EMA. We got lower highs, V-shaped reversals. This is pretty much like a range up here. So this is not the healthy kind of uptrend that you're going, yeah, once this thing breaks, it's definitely going to shoot up to a new high. Essentially just a little range at the top. So, and then look how far we've retraced. So no, not really expecting a new high of the uptrend. Now this downtrend also has a break in a new low. We were very close to that gap fill from overnight. But we have to pause shorts for the time being. So we have these two legs. Let's wait for a bullish correction to play out before we look to short again. I don't think the gap has been filled on Nasdaq. Could be wrong here. Maybe I'm wrong. If so, that's pretty wild. Look at that. Gap filled, indeed. Doesn't look like there was a great setup on the NQ to take that drop. Set up a lot better on the ES. I'm going to reload data. Just realized I haven't done that yet. Yeah, S&P not quite at the gap fill yet. Come so close. Pretty likely that we'll get there. Cool. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to be patient here as this downtrend has played out. We need to see if the bulls are gonna correct the market, and then how strong that would be. So from here, what I would be looking for is two things. One, either a really big uptrend that we will then look to buy if we get a pullback somewhere up in here, or a small little bounce that gets played out, right? So we move, bounce up, and then we have a break, then we have a new high, and then another move back down. Now we can look to sell, and the gap fill would be a great target if we can get a sell somewhere in here. So those are the two scenarios I'm looking for. Probably going to be a minute before that all sets up. So yeah, had a nice little trade this morning. Hopefully you guys were able to catch something as well. Yeah, looks like we should have some pretty decent trading conditions today. Lots of volume in the market, and coming off of that crazy day yesterday. So yeah, tomorrow will be probably the last stream of the year for me. I'm going to be taking some time off around Christmas. It's been a fantastic year. Don't want to ruin it. And not a lot's going to be happening around the Christmas time anyway, as far as the market goes. And if it is, whatever, you know, it's fine to miss a few days. So I will see y'all on the Discord this afternoon. We'll hunt some more setups in these great conditions. And also look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, last stream of the week and probably the year. So have a great trading day. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you next time. Peace.